Right then, this is a quick walk around video and a road test video for a really exceptional Honda Civic. It's a 2012 2.2 ES diesel. The car's covered just 52,000 miles from new. One private owner who's had it serviced at Honda each and every time. 11 services by Honda. Done less than 1,000 miles ago, but that was a year ago now, so we've just done another service on the car. It is a remarkable car, this one. It's not going to be the cheapest one, don't get me wrong, far from it, but as they say in life, you pay for what you get, and this is a classic example. Front of the car, nice and clean, lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, can't see any stone chips of any note. Near side of the car, passenger side, lovely and smooth in the panels. No car parking indentations. Near side front alloy, in very good condition for its age. So I'm scurrying around a bit because it's about to fall down, it's just gone very dark. Near side rear alloy, again, very good generally speaking. And the back, very, very clean and tidy. Then off side of the car, again, lovely and clean down the panels. There was a tiny, I mean this is the, I'm being really, where that wind deflector thing is a little paint imperfection just there. I'm being ridiculously critical, and honestly that's the only thing I can see on this car. Offside rear alloy, again, very good, just a little bit of light pickling on the spokes. Sanitize the front wheel here. For a 12-year-old car, regardless of mileage, it is in superb condition. It's coming into the boot, absolutely enormous boots on the Civics, and this is a family car, normally heavily used, and yet the boot looks as though it's hardly ever been utilised. It's coming into the back now, loads of room. Again, like the boot, the fabric on the seats has been kept remarkably well. My camera can make it look a bit purpley or pinky. It isn't, it is black, I promise you. Let's come to the front. Full card again, very clean. Apologise, someone just coming towards me. Passenger seat again in fabulous condition and not pink, it is black. Finally, door card on the driver's side, really clean. Same with the footwell areas. There is a full set of original Honda mats for the car. I've neglected to put them in, I completely forgot, but they are here and they do come with the car and they're in good condition as well. So inside the car now, engine's running as always, so the dashboard is illuminated for you. Dashboard looks like new in all honesty, absolutely wonderfully clean. And that's the view you get as a driver in a Honda Civic. Absolutely stunning interior design, it really is. Engine running, no warning lights on. Just going to go in there for you and show you. 52,614 miles. The yellow airbag light, by the way, is a systems check it after the car's been started, but for a minute or so it stays on and then goes off. It's just checking as it should. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual and lock and walnut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 2.2 ES diesel. Car is registered, if I can read it, BK12ZMY, and mileage at the start of the road test is 52,607 miles. The reason we do all of our videos, especially actually this part of it, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car in operation. Reason we feel it's important is because unfortunately, like lots of people, we've been to see cars, travelled a long way, and got a car that looked perfectly good in the description given and photographs, only to find out when you drive it, it's got an obvious fault that shows up immediately, and that can be hugely frustrating if you travel any kind of distance. Also done on these very quiet country roads. It's a beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test. We take our road test route. We take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a drive in the car. So coming to the car, I don't need to labour the point about ownership and history. I mean, it is an extraordinary car, and driving the car doesn't disappoint in any way. Twist the key, engine starts instantly, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle, by the way. This is, I personally believe, one of the best diesels ever made, for lots of reasons. It's got all the qualities you expect of a Honda in terms of reliability and longevity. You Certainly it's class leading in both of those categories. It's a cam chain driven engine, so there's no cam belts to worry about. But what I love about it is the fact that it's so un-diesel like. Driving now, I could just be in a petrol car. It's so smooth and quiet. It's only at low speeds you're aware it's a diesel. But when you put your foot down, you get a whoosh. It's unbelievable, this engine. It really is. I mean, it's little details like internals of the engine. They have a counterbalance shaft to smooth it out, and it's engineering that other manufacturers can only dream of employing in a standard production car. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, this engine. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox in the car. Clutch in the car, bite points, it's exactly where it should be. So just resetting something. And it's lovely and smooth in operation. The gearbox is one of the best gearboxes you're ever going to use. It's like lots of modern front wheel drive cars. It uses a cable actually, or cables, to join it to the gearbox, and unfortunately with some cars that means you end up with a gear changer which can feel completely devoid of any feel, or sense that you're just moving a gear lever and that's it. This feels mechanical, it feels substantial, it feels something you want to change gear with. It's thoroughly satisfying, and it feels engineered, which is exactly what it is, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, by the way, because there's just zero wear in it. And then we move on to what I think is the best part of the car, the steering and the chassis. It's extraordinary, this car. I am biased, of course, but I'll rein that in as best I can. Basically, the design criteria for any family hatch is to get you and your family safely from A to B and comfortably, and it does it brilliantly. The ride is beautifully resolved. Damping is brilliant. It's just very comfortable, and that's it, But the flip side is, it's got steering which is quick, accurate, beautifully weighted. It works fantastically with the chassis. They work together wonderfully well. So if you still enjoy your driving, and I'm very much in that camp, this is a car that really satisfies two roles. For those who maybe, they need a more family orientated car, but they've been used to something more sporty, it gives a feel of involvement, the change of direction. It eats up corners. It's a lovely, lovely car to drive for enthusiasts. Worth pointing out, there's absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the car. It feels absolutely as tight as a drum. And the steering itself exhibits no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. And it also tracks dead straight, by the way. Brakes on the car, make sure no one's behind me, are excellent, powerful. There's no pulsing or vibrations going back through the brake pedal as you hit the brakes. And then moving to the interior, one thing you can't get across on a video, of course, is build quality. And here I am sat in, albeit a well looked after low mileage one, but it is still 12 years old, and nothing, no squeaks, no rattles. It's just solid as a rock, beautifully put together cars. The next bit is kind of my opinion for what it's worth, but I still think this is the best dash design anywhere in its class at this time. It's just design genius, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I love it, not everybody does. Bit of a Marmite interior in that sense, but what's unarguable again is the fact that it works brilliantly ergonomically, and that's the design criteria for it. The most conventional part is this center stack here. So you've got your radio, you've got a dual zone climate control system on the car. That means you can have different temperatures side to side if you really want to. It pumps out absolutely ice cold air as well. Every button you press in the car has that lovely high quality feel that you get from Honda. They do all that kind of stuff wonderfully well. But then my favorite bit is this bit in front, this two-tier design. So you've got an upper and lower deck. The upper deck is the stuff you're going to look at most regularly on the move. So Honda don't want you kind of looking down into the car to get that information. They want you to keep your eyes on the road as much as possible at all times. So you've got an information display panel up there, which for occasional use on the move. but it's nice and easy to read. But then the one you should look at most regularly, of course, is your speed. And there it is, all by itself. White on black, digital display. It's genius, because it means I can look ahead now to cars, pedestrians, cyclists, whatever happens to be on the road. But I can see my speed at my corner of my eye at all times. It's really, really clever. Then down below that, you got more conventional podder dials, rev counter flanked by your temperature and fuel gauges. And then finally you got this lovely chunky leather bound steering wheel. This is a very, very, very special car. I can't fault it driving it in any way.